Buenas and day. My name is KePuha, and this is my weight loss journey. So there's 4 components to this video that I'm going to be speaking about. Just briefly, kind of give you guys a breakdown on how I lost 72 pounds in 6 months. So the first component is going to be intermittent fasting, calorie deficit, clean eating, and then strength and conditioning. Yes, so the whole purpose of weight loss is 80% of nutrition and then 20% of physical activity. So whatever you put in your body is basically the energy that you're going to be using to basically lose weight. This is just from my personal experience and every trial and error that I did to basically get to where I am from 6 months ago to now. First thing is intermittent fasting. My schedule right now is 24 hours. I fast for 24 hours and I fast from 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now I'm on a carnivore diet, which is basically allowing me to cut down a lot of that excess fat and see more of that muscle definition. Back then, about 6 months when I first started intermittent fasting, I did the usual fast for 16 hours and then have an 8-hour window, and then gradually move towards fasting for 20 hours, eat within a 4-hour window. Now with trial and error, sometimes I'll hit a plateau and then I'll just have to figure out a different eating window on top of what I'm putting into my body. And that's where calorie deficit and clean eating basically play a part into my weight loss journey. So my calorie deficit, usually my calorie maintenance from what I figured out is 2,500 calories. Anything below that is where I want to try to stay. Anything below your calorie maintenance is basically the calorie deficit, and that's where you want to stay to lose weight. And on top of being in a calorie deficit, I'm also eating very, very clean. So I'm eating a lot of white meats, a lot of veggies, staying away from a lot of processed foods, cutting out a lot of sugars. If I do have sugar, I try to stay with natural sugars and minimize my artificial sugars, because I do drink a lot of Mio in my waters, because sometimes I get sick of drinking water. But do what you got to do to just basically get by. And having a Mio, 0 calorie while you're fasting, isn't too bad while you're fasting. But clean eating, so I stick to a lot of veggies, meats that are very lean, also white fish, chicken. I mean, if I want to incorporate like ground turkey, everything is good in moderation. I'm not trying to say just eat clean, but for the most part, eat clean for the most part, and have your your other foods that you desire in moderation. Like if I want to go eat something from McDonald's, because I love McDonald's, I love fast food, like don't get me wrong, I love that stuff, but have it in moderation. So and being consistent with it too. And it's hard to get into that mentality, because you got to think when it comes to weight loss and prep, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So intermittent fasting, calorie deficit, and clean eating all together is already a mental strain. But the thing is, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for those 4 components that I incorporated into my life to lose weight. So right now I'm fasting for 24 hours. I eat at 7 p.m. Once I finish my meal, I'm right back to fasting. So that 10-20 eating window, 10-20 minute eating window, and then after that I go right back into fasting. So it's like a little over 23 hours, but I'd say 24 hours, because I break it at 7 and then start eating. I don't eat within that 4 hour, and then stay within my calorie deficit. I eat as much protein as possible. If you're doing what I'm doing, maintain your electrolytes. I recommend fasting salts. You can get them in powder form, pill form, whatever form. However, just look for fasting salts to keep up your electrolytes, your potassium, and your magnesium, because you're going to be running out of energy and you got to maintain your electrolytes while you're on the go, while you're fasting. Otherwise, you're going to go through what's called the keto flu, when your body is going into ketosis, and that's basically it. So you're definitely going to get over that slump maybe day 2 or day 3, where you're going to feel very, very lightheaded and sick. That's your body in shock, adjusting to the internal sources that your body already has. So those 3 components, and then on top of that is the strength and conditioning. I don't really have a split when it comes to working out. So I'll just freestyle all my workouts. If I feel like doing an arm day on Monday, then I'll do an arm day, then the next day I'll just, kind of do a process of elimination when it comes to the muscle groups. And I do incorporate at least 30 minutes to about an hour of cardio every day, and that's what kind of helps out. You do not have to run. You don't have to run. What I do is I usually do an incline at the maximum, which is around 15, and then I go about 3.5 to 4 miles per hour, and then just kind of maintain that for about 30 minutes. Really works that lower core of your abs, and that's what really helped me lose my weight. But other than that, there's really nothing else I can say. But as far as like with meal preps and stuff like that, do your research when it comes to meal prepping. If you're trying to lose weight from like 400, 300 plus pounds, I wouldn't really focus on macronutrients and like trying to calculate that. Just clean eat and just clean up your diet, cut out certain things one thing at a time, and then of course incorporate your training, because those two really do go hand in hand. But all I can really say now is, when it comes down to really, if you're looking to cut, then that's when you really have to focus on your macronutrients. I haven't gotten to that stage yet, but I'm definitely going to be getting there pretty soon. Right now I'm at 225 pounds, a little over 225 pounds, almost 226. My goal weight right now is 215. My previous goal was 230 pounds, and I broke that on I think it was on New Year's or a little after New Year's. But it's just milestones after milestones. So the only thing I can say for you guys is, if you guys are going through this weight loss journey, take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. As soon as you wake up, focus on just that day. And then, as far as with me personally, when I prep out at least 3 to 5 days, depending on what I'm cooking. And then I'll be set for the week. And then other miscellaneous stuff will come throughout the week. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for almost 15,000 followers on TikTok. Follow the Instagram. My link is in my bio. I'll put my LinkTree in the description. Any other questions, just ask below. I'm a really open book. And any other advice, that's all I have for you guys. You guys have a great day, positive day. Let's get it. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. Have a great day, and God bless.